never know what kind of state of mind they are. Maybe they just broke up with another person, so they want to release all their anger on you. And that's another thing about my vlogs. I'm sharing a lot of red flags, and that you should be aware of before you get into a relationship, any kind of relationship, friendship with another guy, just friendship, nothing sexual. And I'm speaking from a guy perspective. You know, keep your eyes open. Because this person also, the conversation that I had, he talked about, yes, he's a narcissist. Yeah, some people are. But there are also people who would sink with a narcissist, right? I also had a relationship with a narcissist. And maybe even, people labeled me as a narcissist from previous exes. Yeah, I could imagine that. And I really admit it. But I am not. And there are check boxes for it. I'm not gaslighting, I'm not all that kind of stuff. But anyway, we're not getting into this. You simply have to be very, very aware of your own actions, right? What are you gonna do? Where are you gonna stick your dick in, or who you're open your legs for? And you're drunk, you're high, or you maybe have a desire, deep, sober desire for this other kind of person. And also people who get with each other on the work floor. I never went, I did not work on work floors, but a lot of people who fall in love with their co-workers or colleagues, I think that is such a dangerous thing. You're only getting attached to the other person because you were constantly pointed to each other. And sometimes you think that this is the one because you get used to their presence, and at one point there's some kind of nice sparkling or the nice things that you notice on their face, this cute little thing. I don't believe in those situations. If you really believe at one point in I will find that love, then you have to go out into the world and meet as many people as you can, and know this is not about acting like a slut or whatever. You can also have normal conversations and with a lot of strangers, and that's how you actually, I think, also figure out how to communicate in better ways. Every time you do a little better, you evaluate. And my vlogs are also constantly about communicating with other people, try to respect people on the highest level. I also mentioned this in another vlog or in another video. And if you're religious, treat everybody like God or Jesus or any kind of idol that you would have. Treat them like that. Because I know a lot of people that treat every person a little bit different. I don't. I just approach people as they are. And of course, when they get into the disrespecting game and or sneering comments, see, then it's game on. But also, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on playing a game. But if the situation is like this, sitting in one space with this other person who plays mental game, then you're going to be mine. In the past, I solved this totally the wrong way. I talked about this once. And some people who getting in short amount of times or in a short time frame in a so-called power position, they're going to take advantage of it. Weakness. And that is also another thing, weakness. Hey, even if you would be in pain and you come up with all kind of excuses that you cannot do the 25-kilometer run and to get over your heartbreak and or whatever, you come up with all kind of excuses that you cannot and make yourself suffer more, or that you don't want to suffer more physically. Yeah, okay. Then also don't complain, right? Like I said, I could have told this guy, but you could, and if you're watching this, the thing is, you can see of his whole nice guy. He is a nice guy, a nice person, but first of all, needy. Second of all, I think this person, he really likes to find his, he needs a purpose. He doesn't have a higher purpose than finding maybe a spouse. And that's also what I'm talking about a lot, right? find your own purpose that is so big that it keeps you awake at night. And along the way, when you grow to achieve this, to fulfill your purpose, and maybe you will never even make it, you become a better person, and along the way you will find this soulmate or whatever you want to call it, because maybe you didn't even carved out right at this point in your life that person that actually can handle emotionally love. You know, when I was younger, I admit it, I was totally not emotional matured, and also I lived a very colorful life. I was emotional, not ready to receive also love, and also to give love on a level that somebody else would be really saying, but also would think about him. When I think about some of my exes, if I would give them the kind of love that I could give now, they also would think, yeah, you know. So it's again about the sinking. You also never know where somebody is mentally, physically. Maybe they're in pain, you know. Maybe all kind of religions. They got a whole weird thing going on. Satanism. Yeah, I'm just saying very something sparkling. But the thing is, I never went with somebody who was in Satanism things. No. Anyway, think about your actions, right? Especially when you have feelings for somebody else. Observe your own feelings. And I think above everything, before you get into a relationship, don't build up things. Idolizing. When I'm idolizing, because that is some sort of a human being nature thing, what if she says no or he says no, because I want to take this person out. What is the outcome? Let it simmer. Let it simmer. There are a lot of people on this planet. You can be replaced, I can be replaced. Everybody will be dead and gone soon enough, sooner or later. Soon enough, that sounds horrible. And the world will keep on turning. And let's say it like this: your whole life, you're with one woman. Trust me, when you're off the planet, you get a heart attack, you're on your bicycle, and you're in the forest. Yeah, you can leave a couple of children behind. Of course, you will cry a little bit, but that cry will turn into being horny again. Yeah, animal. We're all animals. Anyway, it's not to talk negative about finding love or doing something for somebody else, but things need to be in balance somehow, somewhat. And also, if you find another, let's say you're a total out of control person like I used to be, or I was in the past, and you find another person who is pretty full of life, yeah, that also is not the right way. But what is the right or the wrong way? I think to go all in, I would say yes, but also try to not give yourself away. And somehow, and it's not about, it's constantly, oh, what's in it for me? You have to think about yourself also, because if you not happy in a relationship, or you start slacking on your physique because you say, yeah, I want to spend more time with him or her, well, then you're also going to be replaced sooner or later. And there's another thing, right? Some people want to change you, or you want to change other people. People are the way they are, and there is always, it takes a good amount of time for people to change. It's not like, oh, you're gonna dive in this relationship with this guy and he's now a party guy, you're a party girl, you find this party opposite, and then at one point you're fed up with the party, and then he also or she needs to change, and then you decide both, and then at one point everything gets so boring, and then you see the real other person. Maybe you will even discover yourself that you're actually, maybe I should have chosen a total different person because I don't like this person anymore. And what is going in the person? Are they eating? See, in my case, I'm an omnivore, or omnivore. And I think I would never go only with a girl who eats like a rabbit. I'm saying this with all the respect. You know, oh, you cannot eat meat. Change meat? No. You cannot go to the calisthenics? Okay, so you want me to get a beer belly, and when I got a beer belly, and then you're gonna hang me on the tree? Ciao for now. No, you will meet.